I got a real question for you. Um, why is Austin Reaves not in the most improved uh player conversation? Um, he's doing some amazing things, averaging 20 points a game, over 5 assists per game. A true second, to third option on this Los Angeles Lakers team, and really is the glue that makes this big trio on this Los Angeles Lakers team as good as what it is. Like when Austin Reaves is clicking, when Austin Reaves is aggressive, when Austin Reaves is making plays, when Austin Reaves is being creative, we look like a completely different team than if it's just LeBron and Luca. Or if it's if LeBron isn't playing and Austin is able to truly be a second option, or even sometimes the first option. Austin Reeves is amazing. But the question becomes again, why isn't he in that conversation when you talk about most improved players? And just doing research and trying to think about it, like why isn't he in that conversation? Who is in that conversation? And what does it really take for you to become a most improved player in this league, right? And so I kind of narrowed it down to a few things as to why he may not be in that conversation, even though I truly think that he should be. One of the biggest things is I think it's a gradual progression type of thing versus this sudden leap, because most times with a most improved player, it's going to be somebody that has made a dramatic improvement over the span of a year, right? Where they were averaging, 10 points per game, and now they're averaging 18 points a game, right? Their team was bottom of the East or the West, and now they're one of the top teams. And or they were just a regular role player, and now they're an all-star. Like I think it's this thing where it's like this dude makes a big jump versus this dude just slowly but surely gets better. And it's fair because Austin Reeves has slowly but surely gotten better over the years. But who's to say he wasn't able to do this all along? But when you're playing for a guy like Darvin Ham that doesn't truly let you play to your full potential, same way with Max Christie. Who's to say that he wasn't already doing these things or would be doing these things or could be doing these things if you don't run the offense a certain way or give him the opportunities a certain way, or you just don't truly give him the opportunity to display what he can do. So I think one of the main reasons is that it's this uh, he's being perceived as this guy that slowly progressed in this league versus a guy that made a huge jump. And to me, to go from undrafted to being a guy that's averaging 20 points per game, if not better, and like 30 over your last 4 or 5 games recently, that's something worth talking about. And that's a guy that's making a huge leap when you see that he can really close games and make an impact on winning when you put the ball in his hand. That's just me. I think another thing is going to be the media and the market influence. I think people talk about Austin Reeves, and he's even starting to get rumblings of being a great 1B, and comparing some of his handle to Kyrie and how creative he is and how he's able to hunt his shot and use his body to get to the free throw line. Like that, he's starting to get recognition for some of the things he does in this game, I feel like. But I think part of the reason why he's also not in that most improved conversation is because when you're playing behind a guy like LeBron James or Luka Doncic and you're playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, sometimes the things you do, as great as they are, and people know that you're the one of the engines, so to speak, to help run this team, it can get overshadowed because you're playing with such mega superstars. And I think maybe that's a little bit of what's happening here, because as much as I feel like he is appreciated, not to say he isn't appreciated, but I do feel like there's times where we kind of take it for granted because it's like, man, you still got LeBron, you still got Luca, and it's overshadowed the way in which Austin Reeves is carrying the Lakers at times, even when those two dudes are on the court. He still has the ball in his hands. He's still dominating. And he's not just dominating scrubs. He's dominating like some of the top dudes in the league, some of the top defenders in the league, some of the top defensive teams in the league. He's still giving them 30. So that's something to think about when you ask yourself, why is he not in that conversation? And so let's take a look at some of the current front runners and talk about who those guys are. So right now you got dudes like Kane Cunningham averaging 25.7, 9.2 assists per game, and he's actually emerged as the favorite to win the most improved player award. Now, a guy like Kane Cunningham, that's understandable because He was injured most of last year. His team was absolutely at the bottom of the East, the bottom of the NBA. And now he's been, for the most part, healthy, hitting game winners, winning games. They've won 42 games. That's a crazy improvement from last year, the last 2 years. Well, I don't even think they won 42 games combined in the 2 years. He's averaging 25 points per game, and his team is winning and could possibly beat a team in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So I can see why that's a conversation, because he is the main guy for his team. He is the engine for that team, literally, and they go as far as he takes them. I get that. And his team is winning on his back for the most part. I get that. But again, my argument could be there. If Austin isn't doing the things he's doing on night-to-night basis, I don't think this Lakers team is as good as it has been, especially when we were winning on our winning streak. I don't think this team is as impactful as it could be if Austin Reaves isn't in the lineup. That's just me. I could be wrong. I'm not comparing him to nobody, but I do think that this team wouldn't be as good if Austin Reaves wasn't out there. Another guy that's been heavy in that conversation for most improved is Dyson Daniels. He has significantly increased his production, averaging almost 14 points a game, 5.7 rebounds per game, and is a key starter for the Atlanta Hawks, and the reason that they're going to kind of be in the hunt in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Probably won't do anything, but they'll be in the mix like they always are. I can see that he is one of the premier defenders in the league, and he's guarding the best guys every night and still putting up some good numbers, and giving people hell on the defensive end. I get that, but outside of getting steals, right, and being a mediocre team in the East, yeah, you've made a great improvement, but is it great enough? Is it better than what Austin Reaves is doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you took both of these guys off their team, who would be missed more? I think Austin Reaves would, wholeheartedly. I think Austin Reaves is a key part to what the Lakers doing. We're talking about making a deep run. The Hawks are going to be mediocre regardless if Dyson Daniels is there or not. They just become a little bit more mediocre when he's not there. So I get it. He has made a great improvement. He is making a name for himself since he's left New Orleans. But now this is the one I don't argue with as much because he has been balling. Norman Powell, he 31, and he is being considered for the award, right? Because he is having a career best season, averaging almost 25 points per game, and is being super efficient. And man, the Clippers are having a damn good year, even when Kawhi has been up and down this year. So again, that's one where I wouldn't argue as much because he has been balling. He has been at times the number one option on that team, helping them, stay above water even when Kawhi was out. And that, to me, is more a most improved thing because this is a guy that's normally not even stepping up to do all of that. He ain't never had to average no 25 points. And now he's doing that consistently. And the same thing with Austin. Austin has never been in a position to average 20 points or more. And now he's doing that consistently, getting 30, getting 40, hitting game winners, hitting tough shots, finishing games, having the ball in his hand, being trusted with even these two other mega stars on the floor. Again. So I get Cade, I get Norman Powell, but all I'm saying is, why is Austin Reaves not at least in the conversation? He deserves to be in the conversation for the work he is putting in and the things that he is doing. And that's just what I feel. Um, I would love to know what you guys think. Should Austin Reaves be talked about more in this most improved player conversation? Why is he not being talked about more? What are your thoughts on it, man? Let me know what you think. I love y'all so much. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video, man. This is Skybox Conversation where we talk about hoops in a different way, especially my Lakers and my Razorbacks, man. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all later. Peace.